The Talking Leeds podcast, match reaction with Aaron Marshall and Gerry McNamee.
Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds, another match reaction show with myself, Arron Marshall, and Mr. Gerry McNamee, reflecting on Leeds United 2, AFC Bournemouth 2. We'll give them their official title. Good morning, Gerry. 2 points, 2 goals, another late goal for Leeds, but a point on the board.
Yeah, I think our strategy of 4 points from every 3 games is on target. Stick with this. We'll end up in 50 points. Yeah, it was disappointing, but overall, lots of positives in that game. I think we keep saying take out the Arsenal game. That was a bad day, but we're challenging, we're battling, a late fluke goal against Fulham yesterday. We just didn't quite hang on, and we're mid-table. We're doing okay. Morning, Michael. We're doing okay. And I think lots of good stuff there. It was a good day, yes. Lots of Leeds legends around yesterday. I met one of my heroes yesterday, Johnny Giles. He was on his way out, and I thought, Johnny Giles, what a player he was. Glad. And Nigel Martin was there yesterday. He still looks like he could play. Best goalkeeper we ever had. And there was this guy sitting behind me, and I thought, I recognise him. I realised it was Anthony Barry, the England assistant coach. He used to be the Irish assistant coach. I offered them the Irish job. And afterwards I thought, who's he come to watch? And in the starting Bournemouth line, no English players. And I thought, well, Bogle, Longstaff, Calvert-Lewin, I don't know. There was a couple of young lads. So it was, sorry, I'm going to flick my phone off because someone's going to ring me in a minute. So that was interesting. But yeah, we're 11th, draw against one of the best good starters in the league this year. They've only lost to Liverpool, and they were the late goals as Liverpool do. And we have a lot to be positive about. The team was as expected, no change. I think Dan James just in for Harry Gray. It was good to see Bogle in there because after the way he limped off last week, didn't expect that. And it was some weird things happened yesterday. I always back Joe Rodon to score first goal or any time. I forgot to do it yesterday. So maybe there's a message in there. Thanks, Joe. It's cost me about 20.
His goal, though, from a corner as well, though, Gerry, for me, is brilliant. And the power that he got on it as well was sublime.
A little deflection. But the start we could have had, 14 seconds, a little flick from Wee Brendy. We'll talk about Wee Brendy. And I think was it Okafor? Longstaff, probably Longstaff. He did everything yesterday. And he's Calvert-Lewin bearing down on the keeper, and he should have stuck his laces through that. It wasn't a great finish, straight at the keeper. Keeper made great save later after that, again from Calvert-Lewin. It was a little flick. Goodmanson does great work in the corner, as he did. Again, we'll come on to that. And it was a flick. Keeper made a great save. And then there was a header where he could have took it down. So Calvert-Lewin could have had a hat-trick. And you would think fans are going to be on his back, but he won every header yesterday. He was a pain in the backside to them the whole way through. And he just needs to match a few goals. If somebody was telling me yesterday, actually, it's a bit of a myth that he was injured. He played 32 times last season. So I think he only scored 3 goals. But he's leading the line so well. You just see in his demeanour that he's a confident boy, and he's sort of thinking, I'm going to prove to everybody that I'm decent. So I think those goals will come. Their free kick, soft as bloody hell, a little bit. I'm surprised he wasn't killed. He was, but draft excluders. You often wonder why draft excluders behind walls. And we had a draft excluder. The ball was on the wall, and our player is too short. I'm not blaming Brendan for that. He can't help that. But it was weird. Just one jump, picked a spot. Good fan. And then after that, Bournemouth seemed to pick up the pace a bit, and then passing and moving, and their transition. Somebody told me that word yesterday. I thought I'll use that. The transition was really, and the pass. They're a good team, and they're obviously have a system that they know well. And we were slow and a bit clunky. I thought, yeah, we got the ball a few times, frustrating to go back to keeper. But I suppose keeping possession, weathered that storm. And we talk about the great header from Road and Longstaff, who else, from his corner. And so we're scoring free kicks and corners now. This is good. So what 1-1 at half time, we're pretty happy. Pretty happy.
Yeah, I think we'd have taken that as well at that time as well, because as you said, Bournemouth has started unbelievably well this season, and one of the informed teams in the league, as we say. But when it comes into we Longstaff again, it looked as though this is going in, and it just glided in from his first goal for the club as well. And Longstaff for me, superb, really is, and I just hope it continues. But is it a kick in the teeth, though, Joe? Because obviously we conceded late on 93rd minute or whatever it was. Yeah. It's just another kick. You think, we nearly had it again, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, they made substitutions that made a difference. They brought on Doak and Alex Scott and David Brooks, and all of a sudden the sort of changed, and they were coming at us a lot. And they got free kick. I mean, Tanaka, love Tanaka, but a stupid free kick to give away. That was just daft. He just runs into the player. I think Ampadu gets booked for trying to chip the keeper, and from there after that, which was a bit mean. But the ball comes in. I mean, we make a sub. I thought it was like unwritten rule number 2 is you don't make a substitution when you're about to defend a set piece. And we brought in a Mecha, and we looked. I mean, they hit the ball in. It was flicked on. And the guy on the far post in, and you think, and to be honest, a few minutes later, they were looking dangerous. They were going to nick it. So I was glad to hear the final whistle in a sense. So you look at it that way, sliding doors and all that. But tactically, I can't. Fark was okay. I often think should have changed that. Okafor is. I always make the comment we should bring Okafor on when obviously he's on, because he doesn't seem to be on. But then all of a sudden he does a run, and he takes on 4 players. There's definitely a player in there. And a couple of times he did that yesterday. And I think he doesn't look fully fit yet. Maybe should come off early. Brendan, he's working his socks off. He is fighting the tackle. But a couple of times, a few passes, and he's one player who's the fans. He's got a lot to prove. Well, he's gets a lot of stick, and sometimes rightly so. But in the last couple of games, you can't knock him. You really can't.
No, I'm going to say that. I think it's confidence for him, though, isn't it, with Brendan? I think once his confidence is up and he's kind of on cloud nine, you think he can do what he wants, really, and he can really control things. But I think he's definitely growing on me, as Brendan, and he was one of those who think, can he really do it? Again, this is Bournemouth, against these top 6 teams, he's never up that level, is he? But for these teams, Bournemouth, this lot, he did all right for me, and he's doing the right things as well, because he used to fall over when he farted, didn't he? Normally, and he's been a bit more physical. I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, he's trying. He's trying to be physical. He's still blown down with a light breeze, maybe. But he does,
a light breeze.
But the other player I want to talk about more is Goodmanson. I mean, we were saying yesterday, well, Firpo, we loved Firpo last season, but we never knew where he was, and you can get away with it against Luton or Oxford or anything. But Goodman, he's a proper left back. But his tenacity, as I say, when I think the cross early on. I think it was the flick of the post where Calvert-Lewin missed. He was battling on the touchline for that, but the goal itself, it looked like a lost cause. And he was kicking, he was sitting on the ground, and somehow got the ball out. Ball goes in, a couple of ricochets back, a couple of blocks shot, and then Longstaff just swings the leg at it. And it's just, that's the sort of tenacity one. Longstaff, I think Johnny Cooper, stats yesterday, said for the first time a Leeds player, he's ran 12 kilometres in the game. Most duels won, assists, everything else. And early on, somebody said thought he'd be a bit part player. He had a slow start. We weren't as we were settling in, but he's definitely mainstay now. And his tackling and last ditch and a good hard tackle like that gets the crowd going as well. Ampadu as well, control the game. A couple of times I thought, what was he done? Oh, he's out of trouble. He's good. Pascal early on was looking a wee bit slow, but again, he's been solid this season. And Bogle, again, who was surprised to see in the team, I thought he was out for a few games, and he's if you're looking for a good right back, England must check his. Maybe I wonder if he's got any Irish ancestry in there. Could do with him. Yeah, you're in the Premier League, you're in the big showcase. Why not? You know, he's
Absolutely.
For once we've got two good fullbacks.
Yeah.
Darlow didn't have a load to do. I mean, I suppose the goals. I can't blame him for free kick. It was hit well. Yeah, but you think he didn't have any big saves to make. We had the more chances.
Yeah.
So throughout the team off, and Jack comes on then, and what a hit he had. Yeah, the keeper had pulled off a good keeper as well. So I think people are okay with Jack now. Is there any booing? I don't know. It shouldn't be now. I think he's coming on and doing a job. He's in the squad, and that's it. So I can't can't complain. Maybe earlier subs. I don't know, but
maybe. The good thing, going back to Goodmanson, Gerry, I just want to add that what I really like about his play is his physicality as well. He's strong, isn't he?
Yeah.
Generally quite strong at what he does, and he does it. The physicality he brings to that team as well, especially on that left hand side. If you always compare him to Firpo really didn't have that, did he? He had all the tricks and the flicks.
He had a nice moustache. Yeah, he always had a nice moustache.
But he couldn't really, he'd never, went for a hard tackle, win every, he didn't want to lose that. When Goodmanson gets that ball, he keeps it and he runs with it and he doesn't want to let it go. And if he does let it go, he'll come back and track back well. And I think Goodmanson's
10 million. 10 million, was it?
Bargain.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah. That's it. And we've still got a couple. I mean, I've not seen Bijol yet. I think he's just been unlucky. He's a good player, but we've just not seen him yet because Pascal's kept him out of the team. So our bench is looking a bit stronger too. I just watched the highlights on Match of the Day. We were the last game on. It was a decent game, and the analysis. It's just. I think Alan Shearer mumbled something. They were talking about promoted teams as they do, and then mumbled something about Leeds and stuff. Just piss off. It's just really poor stuff, really lazy. And that's why I fast forward the pundits sometimes. I mean, I don't mind Shearer and Richards, but come on, give us a bit of credit. But that's it. The Bournemouth fans were a bit chippy, considering they've only got about a capacity of 14,000, and they were giving it a bit. When we went 2-1, it was nice. They went quiet, but you didn't sell all your tickets, and your grounds in a park. I don't know if you've ever been to Bournemouth, but they're AFC Bournemouth. How plastic is that? Just to be top of the table at the very start of the season in alphabetical order. Good team. I'd have a role. I mean, we nearly got it. We were after a role. I really like him as a manager. Everything he does and says, and I said tactically, he never stopped the whole game.
A big club will come in from eventually. I feel.
I hope so soon, and they'll drop. And the other story going yesterday was hard man Tyler Adams. What a prick!
Tyler,
just waiting on the hit, and it came. Great, and he's one of these guys that builds himself up as being, the governor, like Paul Ince was now, the governor. Yeah. Bloody Yanks. I'll tell you what, Yanks this weekend, I will double my pay-per-view this today. I'm not a big golf fan, just to see Shane Lowry smack one of them. He was close yesterday. I don't know if you've been watching the golf. Oh, they're obnoxious. They really are. I spent a couple of weeks with Merlin. They are obnoxious. And I'm hoping Europe just finish off the job today. But Shane Lowry, you don't mess with a big Irish guy with a beard from Offaly. He just even Rory was telling them.
He was. I think
that's going to be fun today.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good watch, isn't it? The Ryder Cup. I bet you watch it. Those Yanks, the US. If I hear USA anymore, I just think, God, I just mute it. It's just like
Michael says there Ampadu has Irish connections. I've heard that before, but it's too late, Michael. It's too late. We could have done with him.
Could have done with him.
Never mind. But overall, 4 points from 3 games is going well. And the next batch of 3 games comes up, and if we take that again, keep that going, I know it's easy. You'd be on 48, 50 points. It's a wide open division. There is nobody like last year. The 3 promoted teams getting left behind. Sunderland are flying. Burnley, someone pointed out there, they played Man City. Well, Man United doesn't really count, and Liverpool so far. So I think we've had a mix. We've had Newcastle. They're all hard games. So I think we're looking at teams like Wolves and Forest, who I think the old European stuff. The Ange, I was speaking to a Forest fan this week, and he already wants Ange to go. Doesn't like him. So it's you want to hear this sort of stuff. You want turmoil elsewhere. We're steady. We've adapted well to this division. We're solid. We could beat 5-0 next week. I'll say that. We're solid, and I think tactically he's doing all right. A bit of more luck, we'd be higher up the table. And we've started scoring goals, which was a worry a few weeks ago. We've 5 in 2 games and spread around.
And we're competing as well. And I think that's the key thing here. We're competing. We're not actually rolling over. We're actually giving it a go. And, 8 points, as you say, after 6. I think, let's be honest, at the beginning of the season, every Leeds United fan around the world would have said, I'll take that now. At the beginning of the season, because we've had a tough start. Let's not beat around it. We've played some really tough games. Importantly, we're above Manchester United, which is quite nice. Who are a point below us.
They're dreadful. But part of me yesterday was thinking, do I want Brentford to be winning? But then I thought, give them one for the day. It's just that was the funniest moment, because Tony Dorigo comes into the lounge we're in, and they asked him a question, and a massive roar went up when Brentford got the 3rd goal, and just everybody forgot about the question. Then it was Dorigo says that's the best reaction I've got to an answer ever. But they are really struggling. I mean, hopefully they're getting a win and then lose 3 more. It's hilarious to watch. They are awful. I mean, the money they've spent on strikers and everything, it's brilliant to watch. I'm really enjoying that.
Long may it continue.
I just want not mention much as Stack. Stack quietly goes about his business. I think he's tailed off a little bit from the way he started the season, but there's a player in there, and he works hard. I'd like to see him getting. His seems to run through the midfield. He gets the ball and he powers forward. But at least he's not doing free kicks and corners now, because he's a big unit and needs to be in there. But still, again, good signing, I think. So our team is pretty set. I'd like to see maybe Dan James come on yesterday, but maybe he's not fully fit. But I said before that maybe Tanaka on the right, but it was only a small cameo, so you can't really. But I think we need a fully firing up Willie and Dan James just to have those options there, because if they'd come on yesterday, might have made a difference.
Yeah,
but
and
hopefully we can fit.
The key thing as well is home form as well, Gerry. Unbeaten at home. The last team before Bournemouth to score against us was Preston.
Remember that day? Oh, the world was falling down, wasn't it? We hung on for 2-1, I think. Those some games. Yeah, it seems a long time ago now, doesn't it?
It does. And then obviously Spurs next week, and then another international break. But then we've got some favourable fixtures, haven't we? I'm just looking at them here. Yeah. Burnley, West Ham, Brighton away. That was a tough place to go, that one. Forest, Villa, and then we're into the back, into the December run.
Yeah, Forest and Villa both been changed to Sunday 2 p.m. kickoffs.
Yeah. December's going to be tough, isn't it? Because you've got City.
We've got Liverpool twice and Palace. Yeah. And away to Brentford. We need to have 20 points on the board by Christmas, really, just to keep that going. It's long ways to go. The player I felt sorry for yesterday was I'm looking at the number 20, Alexandro Jimenez Sanchez. He got absolutely. That's the guy that was tormented by Goodmanson. But no, we've got 3 games coming up now: Spurs, West Ham, and Spurs, Burnley, West Ham. 4 points out of that. If could lose to Spurs, beat Burnley, which would be more important than draw at West Ham, I would take that. Well, I wouldn't take a defeat, obviously, but being realistic. But Spurs, late goal last night against Wolves. I haven't seen it yet, which, I was surprised. I think they were 2-0 down against Brighton. But when I watched them against Brighton a few weeks ago, they got back to 2-2, should have won it. And Thomas Frank's a good manager. He's got him a bit more steel in that team. Yeah. It's going to be a tricky game.
Hates Leeds as well, doesn't it, Thomas Frank?
Does he? I met him once. I bumped into him on holidays once. And
did you?
I've warmed to him. I used to not like him at the early days of Brentford, but I think he comes across as I've heard him during the Euros last year, pundit. He seems a decent guy. Very funny eyebrows, but we can't have everything.
Yeah. He's got nice hair.
He looks like he needs a good brush. Not that I'm an expert.
Me neither.
Ah, nice. But no, he's a good manager, and I think Spurs have done well to get him. It's a shame Graham Potter didn't last at West Ham, but Nuno's in. But Nuno's not going to give him free-flowing football, is he? He's just hope that the rot is in there with them. But it would have been nice.
Because I noticed you did turn down the West Ham job.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
The problem is with Nuno, he likes this kind of, this counter-attacking football, doesn't it? Whereas it's complete opposite. West Ham like to hold the ball, play all that nonsense, holding the ball so much, and it's complete change of tactics in the way they play. So an interesting.
Well, David, let's hope David Sullivan and Karen Brady have a bad. I love when it cuts to them and they look sad. Don't like Karen Brady, or Sullivan. They're not nice people.
No.
And Burnley away, that'll be high six to everybody when we win that. Yeah. Burnley is the way. It is. They should just say open up Burnley as a 1970s theme park, because that's where it is.
It's crazy.
Sitting sofas, drinking beer, and not many teeth between them. But I'll keep a low profile when I'm up there because they might recognise me.
Good stuff. So thanks, Gerry. That's wrap that one for this week. We'll be back next week. Everybody, don't forget, we've got a QR code now. If you want to scan the QR code, you can listen to us. You can do, and we'll be back next week, hopefully with Leeds.
12:30 kickoff next week. So don't like lunch times. Yeah, it's Spurs 12:30. The last two times we played Spurs at Ellen Road was the day we got relegated and the day Bielsa got the sack. So let's hope it's a happier day. But we'll have a nice time and enjoy the week. And hopefully we'll smash the Yanks today. And just have a happy week. What football's on this week? Is it Europa League?
Champions League, Europa League. There'll be something on more there. There always is.
We get some. If Rangers are playing, just get to laugh at them. That was really fun watching them.
Yeah. He hasn't been sacked yet, has he?
I know. I can't. I want him to, maybe if he gets a win today, just keeps the pain going. It's lovely. I'm not bothered. It doesn't bother me at all. And by the next time I talk to you, Dundalk may be promoted. We need one win from 3, and we're probably there. So
excellent.
It's a big week, back in the big time in the Premier League. It's a different Premier League, but it's still big time to us. So.
Absolutely. Right. And come on, Dundalk. Come on, Celtic. Come on, Dundalk, everybody. Cheers, Gerry. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.